Hey guys, out here at Cane Creek Park in Waxhaw, North Carolina, we're having a ball this weekend. We're staying in a cabin, but we're camping because the only amenities here is a microwave and a refrigerator. There's one double bed and 4 twin bunk beds, and other than that, that's it. It does have an air conditioner, but we're not staying in a tent. We are staying in a cabin. But I have my trailer set up, and I've had several requests on the trailer video for me to show my trailer setup. So came down here, set it up Thursday night, and it is now Saturday evening, and we are having a blast. We're going home tomorrow, but I want to show you the trailer, show you how I set everything up. Nothing special about it, nothing perfect about it, but I'll show you how I've learned to set it up. My dad taught me most of this stuff, and stuff I've learned over the years camping. So anyway, check it out. Okay, this cabin is on a hill, and this is cabin number 6. And I don't know if you can tell, right through there is the lake. But up the hill here is the setup, and you have to park backed in so that the park ranger can see your car pass. And due to the glare on the windshield, you can't really see it, but it's there. There's group camping over here, and some big rocks there for the kids to play on. Pretty cool. But here's our setup. There's our ladder ball. This is not one I made, it's one my wife bought really cheap before I ever started making them. And I did make this washer game. We bought the washers there, but I did make that washer game set. There's our bikes. Plenty of places to ride bikes around here at this campground. The girls' chairs. My 3-year-old son has taken over my turkey hunting chair, which my 18-year-old son gave me for Father's Day. And it's a little bit too hot for a fire, but we normally have a fire no matter what, just because. The Dutch oven, we had ribs last night out of the Dutch oven. They were awesome. They have huge picnic tables, and that's really cool. Plenty of room to set stuff on the ends of both ends, and then room to sit in the middle. So that's really cool. So this tarp, let me show you the tarp first. First off, this piece is a piece of 6mm plastic I got from Lowe's. And one of my videos, I show installing the grommets. And basically you just put tape on both sides, install the grommets, and they hold really good. And I'll show you on this end. This one's pulled pretty tight. Pulled really tight. And man, it's holding really good. You can see the tape has slid a little bit, but it's holding really good. Let me show you the difference. This is a store-bought tarp. And look at that grommet. It ain't gonna take much to tear that out. So the grommets, putting them in yourself in the plastic, as long as you double that up with tape, it'll hold really good. But we put this up so that we can actually sit outside in the rain. Check this out. Maybe wondering, why is this piece of rope hanging here? There's a wet spot here on the table. And the way the rain, when it was raining last night, the way the water ran off the tent or the tarp here, it puddled up and it would run off and splash. It actually turned off right here and splashed on the picnic table. But if you put some type of clamp here with a rope, the water will follow that and come down. It'll weight it a little bit and it'll cause it to run in this direction. And when it runs off, it won't splash. It will follow the rope down to the ground. So if you ever put up a tarp or a piece of plastic and it's splashing on you in a certain area, put you a clamp with a rope and the water should follow it. Now you have to put the clamp in the direction it's traveling already, so you can't put the clamp way over there if it's splashing over here. I mean, you have to be in the right area, but that kept the water off the picnic table the rest of the night. And I found this piece of wood here, and I started whittling it last night or yesterday. You know, I always carry my carving tools. I'm working on a spirit there, a wood spirit. But I always carry my carving tools, and when I found this, I started kind of whittling on it a little bit just to smooth it down. And my wife's like, why do you work when you're on vacation? I mean, to me, that's relaxing. You're sitting around carving, that is relaxing. But it's holding the tarp up a little higher so that you can walk under it. And I used a frisbee so that it wouldn't poke through there. And here is our chuck box. And we don't have this thing set up completely like normal because of no walking room right here. If we would have put the grill here like we normally do, it'd have been really close through here. So we decided just to set the grill on the back side, and my wife still uses this to prep. And here's the trailer set up. And I do have water, and this water hose is unhooked right now, but it hooks to this sink. And when you run the sink, the water just goes in here to this container, and I'll dump that before we leave. It's just nothing more than dirty water, dish water. This sink we haven't used yet, but we will. And the counter set up. My wife puts plates and spoons and stuff in that. The water hose, like I said, is normally hooked up there at the sink on this awesome table. I haven't reviewed that table yet, but I'm going to. And hooks in there. Got the water on, and anytime you need water, I have a pump there in the front, and it just like running a spigot at home. You cut it on and it comes on. Works great. And when we're on vacation, when it's hot, take a fan. I've got it off now so that you can hear me better, but it's kind of hot and humid out here, and without a breeze, that really helps. And actually it makes it really, really comfortable out here. If you have a trash bag but don't really have anywhere to put it, take you a rock. That's what I did. Take a rock, twist it up in the plastic on one corner, slide it through there, and that'll hold your trash bag up off the ground. Well, it'll hold it up. It's still on the ground, but it'll hold it up. And there's the dice I made my wife a while back. Play Yahtzee, yard dice. Let's see what else. These zero gravity chairs, I got that one and that one off Craigslist. A lady was selling both of them for, I think it was $70. They're normally about 70 bucks a piece. Toolbox, I keep all kind of good stuff in the toolbox. And a sticker, one of my newest stickers for my website, Furrminator. I added that before we went to the mountains a while back. And here I have my pump set up. It's still wet from the rain, but the bilge pump's in there. This is my shower, but it doubles to put water here. So basically, these things are too heavy. You dump them in there, and then you just put the water hose in there, and the water goes into the tank there on the trailer. And our scorecard or scoreboard, score tower, I guess you call it, attached to the rope that's holding the tarp up. That's how we keep score for the ladder ball. Also, this time around, I didn't put a battery in this box. I just use my jump box, and it works great. Very temporary, obviously, but it works great, and it runs all the lights perfectly as I need. As a matter of fact, I kept the blue lights on all night last night underneath the trailer. They were still on this morning. There's our road trip grill, my wife's favorite grill. I will review that at some point as well. And if you saw my review on this Coleman coffee maker before, I said that I had to take it off of this and put it onto that because it wouldn't work. But that was the location we were at. That was not level enough. This time it is, and it works great. Makes great coffee. We always carry our Ryobi fan. It works great. Puts off a lot of air. And I normally keep it here on the picnic table when we're eating. It keeps the bugs kind of from landing on your food. Just blow it across the table. I always keep our radio. And one of my newest additions is this awesome light. I keep it facing up. It's just a work light. I keep it facing up. And that thing is really, really bright. You can't tell much about it right now, but it lights up the whole place. It's awesome. Let me show you the cabin real quick. My kids and wife are actually taking a nap, but this is it. I'm not gonna go in there. Like I said, they're taking a nap. Beach towels, broom, the normal, toothpaste. That'd be my fault. I left that out this morning. That's the cabin. It's not real big, but it's actually pretty cozy, and it does a great job. I highly recommend staying in these cabins if you haven't before. Cabin's just kind of a step up from a tent. It's awesome. So I'm definitely going to take this home. Now we have a piece of metal pipe that we normally use for this, and it's made to keep up the tarp. It has a place in the top of the pipe to run the rope through, and we use it when we go camping in the mountains. But I didn't bring it this time, and I found this in the woods and it worked perfect. I'm sure I'm going to keep it because I've got an idea of some things to carve in it, and it was already down. It's just a piece of dead wood. So that's it. That's our setup. The only thing we have in addition to this when we go camping normally is the tent, the shower tent, and a potty. Now we have a potty inside. We got my wife and 2 little girls, so to keep me from going back and forth to the bathhouse, which is down the hill all night long, we have a little potty set up in there for them to use. But other than that, that's our setup. So my wife, we've went out 3 different times this year camping, and all 3 times she's wanting to get a pop-up or some type of pull-behind camper. So we're probably going to get something like that next. I don't know what we'll do with my trailer. I'm sure we're going to keep it. We're not going to get rid of it. So anyway, that's it. For all of you that wanted to see our setup, that's it. That's pretty much the way it is every time we go out. I always have a large piece of plastic. This time it's not a real big piece of plastic, but the plastic we normally have set up is like 20 by 30, I believe it is. So that's a really big piece of plastic, and that's why we need the larger piece of metal pipe to hold it up in the center. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the setup. Maybe you got some ideas for your stuff. And I'm gonna go cut the fan back on because it is hot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.